960 days till new halving. Current crypto fear and greeting is at 21%. Extreme fear. And I did another DCA. Jesus, we're creating a new lower lows. What is happening with the Bitcoin? No lower low on both exchanges, by the way. The same accurate price was 39.6k on a Binance and Coinbase, two biggest exchanges in the world. So what type of DCA I decided to do today? Actually, yesterday I was sleeping and did some DCA. You do DCA while you sleep. So I put the limit order exactly at the bottom of a previous low that we created. It just feels, it kind of feels mentally safe, to be honest. If I'm gonna miss, if my order is not gonna be filled, I feel okay. I missed like the bottom, the exact bottom, because you know, all of this talks about predicting the exact bottom. I know it's fully based on the mental health, and just because you feel bad of not buying the exact cents to cent bottom. But I feel like buying this type of doing this type of DCA, especially if it's DCA, like you're not buying this thing every day, like once in a week, once in a month. Okay, DCA, this type of DCA, and especially when you're buying so low. And on the Bitcoin, for example, it was roughly, and again, it was not like exact the low, because I saw it's gonna be pretty huge resistance there. So I put order, low on this candle was 40.2k, so I put like order at the 40.3k. Got filled, same on a BNB, same on a BNB, Ethereum and Cardano. Except of Ethereum had a much bigger low, so it makes sense to actually put couple percents, like 1-2% below actually the low that we created, since Ethereum was dumping much more faster and had a much more bigger downtrend, so it makes sense. But still I feel mentally safe right now, even though all of the indicators is not looking great right now on a Bitcoin. But I just like the type of DCA that I'm started doing lately. So currently we are trading below 250 MA, also below the main ribbon, as you can imagine, pretty much all of the time frames. 1 week ago we had a golden cross. You can see it can be a very short-termish golden cross since we are trading so low, so it can be a dead cross in a 1-2 weeks. I mean 2-3 weeks. So yeah, 1 week is it? I don't know. It would be pretty fast. 2-3 weeks if you're gonna stay in this 40k price range. We're gonna have a death cross, which is pretty bad. Weekly time frame, MACD is finishing the green phase, which is pretty small. Based on a current trading ticker, current trading candle is lower than previous opens and closes of a candle we have, which is pretty bearish sentiment. Obviously, MACD on a daily time frame is also looking bearish. So yeah, also a long-term pitchfork is getting pretty accurate in all of these medians. So the top of the middle median, which is 0.25, which is 25% above a middle median, was the top, which was the 43k. It was pretty accurate. Then we had the bottom of a pullback, which was again 25% below the median of the long-term pitchfork. Again, just reminder, current long-term pitchfork is based on the 3 points, which is previous bear market bottom, current bear market bottom, which is this year bear market bottom, and the recent all-time high, obviously. So it's kind of getting pretty accurate. Also, we got this dead cat looking bounce to the middle of long-term pitchfork median, and again we are having the sell-off. Current bottom on a it would be 50% below median. On a pitchfork, it would be 39.5k, which is again pretty accurate bottom. So we're gonna pay attention more to the pitchfork right now, rather than like Fibonacci, because on a Fibonacci 37.5k would be the closest support. But if you're gonna have like 0.6, I mean 61% below median, which is so-called golden pockets, these famous golden pockets would be pretty much the same range on a pitchfork. But golden pockets is not that significant on a pitchforks, actually, at least in a stock market that I was doing before. Also in pattern that is looking the same, previous bull run, I mean not the previous bull run, bull run that we had at the beginning of this year, that we made a new all-time high. All of these stocks that is looking the same as the current bull run that we are having since the end of July till this day, that is looking the same again. 37k would be the same PT support of the correction. That is if you're gonna mirror the previous bull run to the current bull run, the bull run that was at the beginning of this year and the current bull run. So yeah, there would be, and again, as you can imagine, this thing looks pretty accurate. Again, a lot of people talking, the more accurate indicator it becomes. BNB, Ethereum, Cardano, major coins are dumping. Yeah. Also, we created a new lower low. I'm pretty sure we were talking about that. BTC dominance is kind of pumping. Not that significant though. Still people are buying major coins. And today we got some positive news. Yesterday we got some news from Ariana Grande, Chinese news. And 2 or 3 months ago I decided to fully skip all of the Chinese news, or it probably was less than 2 months ago, after China banning Bitcoin mining. So I felt like because of that, Chinese FUD would have less impact, just because China has now less dominance in the Bitcoin world, just because of those things being banned and people are moving to the other countries. So it makes sense to say like impact of this FUD would be reduced insanely significantly. So that's why the reason why yesterday I decided to fully skip this Evergrande news, and I felt like it was not a significant event. Apparently this Evergrande news was sold like yesterday, that China will pay the debt for Evergrande. So whatever, I guess it still was not as significant, and even if it would be significant, it's not as significant anymore. But we got some positive news from Robinhood, pretty much the same as we had from PayPal and the UK. So Robinhood testing new crypto wallet and crypto transfer feature in a app. So yeah, Robinhood is pretty popular around millennials, especially in the US. So it's gonna be we're gonna target some millennials, US millennials there for the Bitcoin adoption, let's just say like that. Yeah, so there's them. Also, we got 3 months left. 3 months left till the new year, till the new year. Like imagine 3 months till the new halving. I cannot even wait to say those words. But we got hundreds and hundreds of days till those words will come up on my podcast, on an episode. But we got 3 months left till the new year, and all of these stocks around 100k PT. Keep in mind there would be 140 PNL, 140 PNL on a Bitcoin in a 3 months. Is it possible? I don't know, we'll see. And again, based on the news, we need to have some very big, huge news, like from pretty huge companies like Fidelity, Evergrande, Vanguard, BlackRock, pretty huge buy orders on a Bitcoin, or some even bigger news like a legal tender of another country, to have the impact of the news. Because a lot of people saying, oh, we're gonna have 100k PT in the next 3 months. I'm not saying in the next year, because in the next year, in a long term, we're gonna have 100k PT just because we had a El Salvador legal tender in the long term, but not in the next 3 months. Like, impact was already being done in the short term. So same as BlackRock and Vanguard, who already said some positive things about Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure bought the Bitcoin, some small portion of Bitcoin. So its impact was already being done on a news or on adoption level of current adoption. That is obviously insanely huge gap compared to the previous year bull run. So we need some huge news if we're gonna talk about news-based PT. News-based PT. If we're gonna talk about TA type of PT, obviously 100k is fully reasonable price target, especially since everybody is talking about Bitcoin logarithmic curve, which creates the 100k PT, which was accurate all of the bull runs in the all of them bull runs. Based on the TA, 100k PT is reasonable, but when people are saying like we're gonna have 100k PT because of a current huge adoption, it doesn't make any sense. Impact was already being done, and I'm talking about the next 3 months, not the long term. Next 3 months, so we need some huge news if you're gonna talk about like adoption or news-based PT. So yeah, currently, but still, since I'm DCAing, I'm very hoping for this price target. It would be pretty nice. Oh, look at the Ethereum, 5% up. Sounds nice. Sounds nice. Bitcoin 42.3k. Maybe bounce is already started. But again, 100k PT is a very reasonable PT based on the TA. But based on the adoption or current news that was already been, impact was already been done, it just doesn't make any sense. Is it just me, or I'm just confused how it in the next 3 months the old news can do such a huge impact of 100k? I'm just confused. But still, on the TA wise, it's a reasonable thing. Even putting what's the highest point that would be like 140k, or was the top of each oh my god, I need to put an index to have how much was the top of each red phase, and obviously the top of each bull cycle. You can see it is very accurate. It is a very accurate indicator that is fully based in the previous, obviously, bull run. So based on TA, it is very reasonable. But based on the current adoption, to say 3 months, I don't know. We'll see. But hopium is still there. Hopium is still there. To the moon, to the 100k, and hoping for that 100k, obviously. But I don't mind 100k in the next year, but in the next 3 months, we need to have some pretty significant impact to hit this target, you know. But still, hopium, at least in me, is still there. TCA and to the moon.